Hi and welcome to the first video in our series of interviews on women in digital currency. My name is Hayley Stutley and I have been in the executive business development industry. I am an entrepreneur, but most of all, I am a mother of 3 beautiful sons. I'd like to welcome our panelists today, Dana Steady. She is a featured entrepreneur, mother of 4. She is a featured expert on TV and radio in the online retail industry and a mentor to women in business. She is a very busy lady who runs 4 businesses, so welcome to Dana. And I'd also like to welcome Bernie Winera, who is a self-starter. She has been self-employed for many years. She's a natural health practitioner and sports therapist who has looked after professional athletes on a national and international level. She is a mentor and trainer to an international online business team, mother of 2, and also runs 3 businesses. So welcome, Bernie. We are super excited to be joined by this particular man as well. He is the founder of the Coin Lifestyle and New Currency University, the author of the Amazon best-selling ebook, The 7th Disruption, The Rise of the Digital Currency Billionaire, and the host of the TV show, The Coin Prophet. He is also a busy father of 3, so it is a big welcome to an iconic leader, a wonderful educator in the digital currency world, and one of our all-time favorites from Atlanta, Mr. Tom McMurran. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, so today's segment is about one of the fastest growing companies in the digital currency world. It is called OneLife. Now, Tom, please tell me why this company is just taking the world by storm.
Well, I think it's a phenomenon for sure. I mean, we know network marketing is something that's proven around the world to be something that can grow a company fast, but I've never seen a company grow this fast. 2.7 million members in 24 months, growing at 150,000 people a month. You know, some network marketing companies never get 150,000 people in their company, and this one's doing it every month. I think probably the key to OneLife and their success has been keeping it at a very simple level. Their website has always been easy to log into, easy to sign up, easy to understand. I tell audiences around the world that if you know how to buy something on Amazon or Zappos or Alibaba, that you're overqualified for this company. And they are marketing the #1 thing that everybody needs right now, and it's education on digital currency. And very much like the internet in the early days when we were out there, we were marketing education on how to send emails. Then we were sending marketing education on how to set up a website. And then it was how to put an e-commerce module on your website. It's the same exact thing over and over now with digital currency, as we are showing people how to send digital currency, do digital currency transactions, much like we did email. So OneLife is, I like to call it the Facebook of digital currency because it is a social networking community. People, women especially, are absolutely, they're joining this business. They, as I like to say, they're joining the conversation about digital currency. And I think the 3 of you are a testament to what's going on around the world with OneCoin. It's just, you know, people want to learn about it. They want to create more wealth. They may be tired of the skin creams and the milkshakes and just all the different business of the day. And I think OneLife is marketing one thing that everybody loves, and that's wealth and time freedom. And they have a great system of being able to take people from knowing nothing to becoming digital currency experts, if you will, in no time flat. And I think that when you look at OneLife, the woman founder, Dr. Rusha Ignatova, she has hit a sweet spot in business, and there's a lot of people that are, I don't know, I've been working for 30 years and I've lost 40% of the value of my money, and I'm working harder for less, and I don't like that. I don't mind working harder for more, but I don't like the fact that my milk's going up in price. You know, it means that everything's getting more expensive around me, but my dollar is not growing. And I just look at what OneLife is doing. Like I said, the owner has hit the sweet spot of this business, and it is education, and people are joining all around the world, 190 countries, and expanding rapidly. So very excited about OneLife. Like I said, they combine network marketing with kind of a PayPal of digital currency, and people are jumping on it and signing up every day.
Great. You know, we're hearing a lot in the industry that digital currency is the greatest wealth expansion of our time. For the folks who are listening, Tom, could you share with us the four main components of what makes a digital currency successful?
Well, that's great. A great question, Bernie. And I think that what makes it work is that, you know, digital currency is transparent. It's something that people, they want transparency. We have lacked transparency in government and financials, the accounting scandals. People simply want a currency they can trust. People still want to remain private. I know that we have terrorism around the world, but you know, I'm not part of that 0.1% of terrorists around the world, yet I feel like I'm being treated one by the banks. And I'd like to have a little bit of privacy in my transactions and know that I can transfer money without being treated like a terrorist. And, you know, sometimes you put your money in the bank and they, like, you go to get it back out and they act like it's theirs. It's like, no, that's my money. I'm doing you a favor by putting it in your bank so you can make money on it. And it seems like the banks have become the police of the financial industry. And so privacy, I think, is real important. Portability, you know, the ability to be able to access your money anywhere in the world. I know that you all have traveled and you go to these exchange places where you have to exchange currency. I mean, you just get ripped off. I mean, 10, 15% just to change currency, and it's just ridiculous. But I like the idea of portability, where we can spend our money anywhere in the world with our mobile app, not having to worry about, you know, what the exchange rate is or will we get ripped off. And I mean, I don't know if you all remember the day we used to buy traveler's checks. Where'd those go? They're non-existent anymore. And then ultimately, I think, you know, the profitability of currency. The idea of, like, my OneCoins in 2015, they were 50 cents each. Today, they're worth $8.32 each in US dollars. That's like my dollar bill growing from $1 to $8.30, or you know, even better than that. It's even a bigger return, but it's almost a 20 times return. But could you imagine your US dollar turning into a $15 bill, or your Australian dollar, or your New Zealand dollar? It's pretty incredible to see money that has the opportunity to grow in value. And I think that's another reason that people are attracted to OneLife, is because of that transparency, that privacy, that portability. But most importantly, people would like to see their currency be more profitable.
Right. So you've been involved with OneCoin for a wee while now, and there's been exponential growth to 2.7 million people. Can you talk to us about the growth or the appreciation of OneLife's coin since you've been involved?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's when it first came out at about $1. I think it was $1 or $2. I can't remember what it came public at. But as I mentioned, it grew to $8.32 recently as of this interview. But the reason it's done that is because the community has expanded around the coin. And one of the key attributes of digital currency is that it's finite, and there will only be so much digital currency published. Digital currency is a software, and I know we'll go over that in a future video, but the finiteness aspect of it kind of creates a scarcity around it. It makes it a little bit more rare, and as the community grows, so does the value of the currency. And we could see a $25 or $50 or $100 OneCoin one day, and remember, it's at $8 right now. So the fact that it grows in value, again, is something that's very appealing to people.
That's right.
Tom, I've got a quick question. Now, like us and many other women who are probably going to be watching this, we've all got children, we all have really, really busy lives. So how easy is this stuff to learn? Like for a newcomer, cryptocurrency is just like mind-boggling, and you think, oh my God, this is like really too hard. So can you tell me, is this easy? Do I have to learn every single detail? What's the process?
Well, I usually ask people, I say, how many people in here know how to program HTML on websites? And most people say nobody knows how to do it, very few people. So understanding the underlying technology or the programming aspect of it, you don't have to know that to be able to use digital currency. Most of you all use websites. I know all three of you do. So you don't need to understand the programming. So there is a technical side to it that, believe it or not, is actually pretty easy to understand if you want to, but you don't have to. But I think what happens with people is they get into this business and they think, wow, this is really complicated, and then they get in and they purchase a mining package or they purchase coins, they set up an account, and then they do their purchase, and it's like, okay, what's next? It's like, well, that's pretty much it. You know, it's not, and when you want to spend it, you hit the buy button. And when you want to sell it, you hit the sell button. And when you want to mine it, you put some digits in a box and you hit enter. And it's like, okay, what do I do next? And that's the common thing I get from people when they get into digital currency and they do their first transaction. They're just like, wow, that was so easy. But, you know, it's the terminology. It's like when you all first heard internet and you first heard email and you first heard World Wide Web and you heard about gateways and IP addresses and websites. It's like, what is all this stuff? What are these terms? Well, the digital currency space has that vernacular as well. It has blockchain. Well, what's a blockchain? Okay. You know, it has e-wallets. Most of you know what e-wallets are. But what's a digital currency exchange? What's that mean? Well, it's like a stock market. It's a place where digital currency is traded. You know, there's honestly, there's probably 6 terms that you have to understand, and then you are, I don't want to say an expert in the business, but you are light years ahead of 99% of the other people who don't even know anything about digital currency. But the reality is you all have been doing the same thing that we do in digital currency. You've just been using a government-issued currency. And when you enter into our space, you're going to be using a cryptocurrency. And the only difference between, well, there's several differences between a cryptocurrency and a fiat currency, but the number one difference that you all care about is that this one has the ability to increase in value, and which means the cost of your milk will actually cost less for you. So if your dollar goes from $1 to $3 in value, you're only using 1 unit of money to buy your milk instead of using 3 units of currency. And so that's one thing that we educate people on is how would you like your products? I mean, you all know the cost of groceries. Most women buy the groceries in the household, and you have seen them over the last 30 years skyrocket in value. Well, what if I could reverse that tide and 20 years from now, everything is cost you 10 cents on what it cost you today? You know, 10% of what it cost you today. Would that excite you? And most people say yes, but they don't quite get that.
Right. So, you know, a lot of us have heard about Bitcoin, and the people that are viewing this video now, and you know that it entered the market at 10 cents and it's worth over $700 now, so it has become exclusive. Do you think that that is the reason, or one of the main reasons, why OneCoin has taken off?
Well, no. Bitcoin was highly technical and it scared people away. And Bitcoin is a software program on the internet, and there's nobody that really nobody really manages it. So lots of nightmare stories came out about Bitcoin, and it kind of scared everybody away. And it's unfortunate because those stories scared people away from probably one of the #1 producing investments in the history of the world. And they could have been involved, but they listened to the media. But if they actually understood what it was, like I did when it came out, they would have been able to profit from it. And I think OneCoin has done a good job of controlling the narrative, saying, hey, we are the PayPal. We're like a PayPal with digital currency. We're like a Facebook community. You know, when you have somebody out there saying stuff like that, it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know. But honestly, Bitcoin 2 years in was very scary, very technical, bad stories on the internet, and it scared most people away. And I think what OneCoin, being a first mover in technology, is a total disadvantage. And so I want you to understand that OneCoin came along and saw the mistakes that Bitcoin made, and they've totally capitalized on the space because they have made it simple. They've created the AOL of digital currency, or the Facebook of digital currency, and everybody gets it. And that's why they're growing so fast.
That's wonderful, Tom. I've actually got a question. I was on a call with you the other day, and you were saying that the fifth smartest man in the world says smart investors should be putting around about 10% of their investments into digital currency. So why is it important to get invested in digital currency?
Yeah, that was an interesting situation. I was in a really high-end presentation in Beverly Hills, with the Walter O'Brien. He's the guy that they filmed the show The Scorpion after, and he has, I think his IQ is like, I don't know, 194 or something like that. He's like the fifth smartest guy in the world. And people ask him about the economy, and they said, what do you think the economy is doing? And he said, it's pretty scary, folks, what's going on, and you should really brace for it. And it was a really negative outlook on what was going on in the economy. And then somebody said, well, knowing what you know, what would you do? And he said, well, if you can wrap your head around Bitcoin, I'd put about 10% of your assets into Bitcoin. And this is the fifth smartest guy in the world. I mean, this guy hacked, I think, the Bank of England several times. He hacked NASA and stole the blueprints for the space shuttle at age 12 or 13. And then he hacked the Bank of England like 6 times before he was 18. And needless to say, the United States gave him a green card, and now he works for the U.S. government. But, Walter O'Brien, great story, and he, we have that on video, so that is backed up. But it was really nice to hear one of the smartest guys in the world say that digital currency is the place to put your money.
Wow, that's honestly, Tom, this interview has blown my mind once again. I don't know how many times it's humanly possible just to have these light bulb moments going off. So thank you so much. Just want to see if any of the panelists have any other questions. Nope, all good. So oh, I tell you,
there's no way, but I know we've got a lot more to cover.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Tom, and thanks, ladies. So stay tuned, everyone, because we'll be continuing our series of videos on the core topics of digital currency with Tom. We look forward to you joining us, and we also look forward to being able to educate you on the power of digital currency. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Our next series is on blockchain technology, and you don't want to miss it. So thanks very much, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you soon.